We've really just heard so much from the Fed this week, and for once the markets are really listening to them. I think just little tweaks of language here and there, but also from so many different officials. I think going into this week we thought that perhaps the biggest event for rates and bonds would be the Trump address to Congress, but it's turned out that really Bill Dudley's probably the most significant person we've heard from this week for markets, when he said that the case had become a lot more compelling. And coming from him, that's probably an indication of what we should expect from Janet Yellen later tonight. So it is looking very likely. I think the markets are going to run with it into the blackout period, and if the pricing does hold up around 75–80%, then it would be quite surprising if they don't go.
Okay, so if this is the case, it looks as though DXY is going to go even higher, and we could quite easily break 2.5 on the 10-year. When does this become an issue, a problem again for the Trump White House?
Yeah, it's a good question, because we really haven't got a lot of clarity on their policy on the dollar. They're proposing one particular policy option, the border tax, which assumes that the dollar rises steeply. So that you've got that, and then on the other hand, of course, complaints about currency manipulation, and clearly a preference to have a weaker dollar. So a lot of questions still need to be answered. They weren't really answered by the address to Congress. There are a lot of promises and pledges there, but it's true that trade is still a very, very important factor for the Trump White House. So I think we're going to have to reserve judgment on that. But meanwhile, of course, the Fed is independent, and it's clear that it thinks that rates should be higher, and that the market's likely to position to buy more dollars, even though most crosses are already pretty long.